honestly, this car is ballistic. Right, welcome back guys to another video, and what I've got for you today is, honestly, this car is ballistic. It is an awesome example of a highly modified Subaru Impreza STI Hatchback, and as standard this is the 330S. So it's got the sat nav, the actual performance dials on the actual screen, and a couple of other bits and bobs, but I mean it's such an awesome car. As you can see over my shoulder here, it's got the stance look going to it for it as well. It's got an extensive list of modifications, and I will write everything in the description, and I will tell you what I can remember. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy the video. We'll take a little walk around the car now, and then we'll go for a drive, just to give you guys a feel of what it actually feels like and drives like and looks like. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, share the video, like the video, and help us grow. So we'll catch you on the outside. So here it is, Subaru Impreza STI Type UK 330S, but it's had quite a lot of work done to it. So I mean, on the outside of things, aesthetically it looks a bit different to a standard car. It's sitting a bit lower, it's on Tein Coilovers suspension. I'm not too sure what variant of coilovers they are, but it is the Tein Coilover suspension. Bowler alloy wheels with, I believe they are Nankang NS2Rs again. So they're a very good tyre, they're a very firm tyre as well, so it adds to the whole handling feel of this car. It's got a wicked sort of drive to it. I've driven it for a few miles now, and honestly I can say I've not opened it up yet. I will do on the actual drive when we go for that. Whoa! It does actually sound amazing. It's an awesome car. It's got a funky little Maxton design. You probably can't see it because it's a bit too bright today, but it's got a Maxton design rear diffuser, quad exhaust system. That's actually inside the car. I was supposed to put it on before I started filming this, and it is just a fantastic, great example, and somebody spent a small fortune on this car. So they've improved an already impressive car with what they've done to it. So the inside is actually, as with all Subaru Imprezas, everything is very minimal inside. There's not really, a massive amount on the inside. They have literally got just what they need. So you got your heater dials there. That is the actual screen, the power, the acceleration, fuel consumption, and all of that sort of stuff it shows you. And it's got the center diff controls as well, so you can push the power to the back or the front, and I'll play back with that. Look, it switches from sport, sharp, intelligent, and then you can play about manual or auto sort of diff controls. But as with most people, it's probably just stays in automatic for everything anyway. And the biggest actual change in this is fitted with these bucket seats. Now they're fixed bucket seats, so they're not as accommodating as the reclining ones, but to be fair, like I said, I've driven this briefly at the moment, and I think they're a very good seat, and they're actually surprisingly comfortable for one of these non-reclining buckets. So yeah, and the biggest thing about this car is the engine. It's got a EJ25 lump, which is still the standard block, but it's been fully forged. I will write the spec in the description. I can't remember exactly what's been done. And then it's also running a front mount intercooler. Standard, they have an intercooler at the top here, which is why this vent up here channels all the air to the intercooler. But on this one, no, it's a front mount intercooler, which you could probably see behind this Zunsport grille. So awesome bit of kit. They need it as well with the power this thing's running. And you'll hear this chirping away when we go for a drive. It sounds fantastic. Honestly, this thing sounds fantastic. It's, you know, the induction is here actually. It's running if I remember correctly, it's an Apexi induction kit filter. Sounds great. You can hear it sucking in the air and whooshing away and stuff. And there's your top mounts for your Tein Coilovers. It's such an epic car, such an immense car. These things were great at the factory, but this thing has had a wicked amount of modifications and a small fortune spent by the previous owner. The owner at the moment is actually enjoying the car and he loves it for what it is, and it's an awesome example, and I can see exactly why he does that. We'll go for a little drive now, just to give you guys a feel of what it actually feels like. And honestly, I'm telling you, this thing is epic, and I can only imagine with the power it's running. It's been remapped to mid 460 odd horsepower, so that's plenty enough power, and it's obviously got the four-wheel drive system. It's running a full Cobra exhaust system as well, turbo back, and an upgraded turbo. So the power figures are there, the engine's there, the block's more than capable of taking over 500 horsepower, and just the noises it will make, it's just pucker. This thing is awesome. With the full exhaust decat system, induction, you can hear all the whooshing, the releasing of the pressure through the valve. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy the video, guys. I honestly do. It's an awesome example of an Impreza STI that's had a fair bit of modifications done to it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content. We've got a few videos uploaded already. Like I said, we're only a couple of months old yet, so we've got plenty more to come, and we've already got a few things on there. So please do check them out. You know, get your fellow car enthusiasts to subscribe as well. You know, we'd appreciate that massively. So what we'll do is we'll catch you on the drive, and trust me, you want to watch this one. It is awesome. So here we are. Just go for a little, just a quick, short little drive in this Scooby, and just to give you guys a feedback on what this actual one drives like. I know I've done hatchback Scooby videos. They're either coming up soon on the channel or they will already be on the channel, so please do check them out. And just like a comparison to, so one of them is a UK STI hatchback, but it's had a Miltech exhaust and a remap, and then the other one is a completely standard JDM STI. So I thought it'd be good to get, when I got offered, you know, to do this car, and I thought that would be a very good comparison, because this is a UK STI 330S, but it's had the engine's been forged, it's on coilovers, different wheels, it's got a bit of a stanced look going, and it's got a few other bits and bobs done. Power figure wise, this is going to be the biggest of the trio. This one's running 465, if I remember correctly, bhp, and that comes from an upgraded turbo, forged obviously internals. I think Race Dynamics have mapped the car, and then it's got a few handling modifications as well, anti-lift kit, anti-roll bars, obviously Tein Coilover suspension, and I must admit, I mean, and the noticeable actual difference in this car is these fixed bucket seats. Now, as far as fixed bucket seats go, they are usually a bit of a pain purely because you can't recline them or nothing like that. But they're actually quite a nice seat, to be fair. You sit lower, noticeably lower than the OEM standard seats, whether it's the Recaros or the STI and Boast bucket seats. So, but the actual drive isn't affected, I'd say, in any way, shape or form. It's got a very good, and these are very hugging. I must admit, these are even more so hugging than the Recaros. I know the Recaros I've said are fantastic, and which they are. I still back that up. They are an awesome seat. But with these being like a more of a track-focused race spec seat, I must admit, you're not going anywhere in these seats. And you can even tell, I mean, where the seatbelt normally you're sitting a bit higher, so it's over your shoulder. This has got a bit of slack in it, but it's not too bad, to be fair. As with all hatchback Subaru Imprezas, and this has all the usual spec. The electric windows, xenon lights, multifunction steering wheel, cruise control. The JDM's never had the cruise control, the UK's do. And, you know, the multiple airbags and stuff. And with this being a pre-facelift, it's still got the silver grey sort of trim on the dashboard. As with all Japanese cars, again, of this era, they are very plasticky inside, and they've just got the buttons and the knobs and the switches that you need. Nothing extra. Well, what we'll do is I'll open it up a little bit here just to give you guys a feel. And bearing in mind, this is in sports mode, and then we'll compare it to the Sports Sharp, which is where it's running more power. And That's actually the first time I've given this car a little bit of a boost, and that was only bearing in mind I picked up in 4th gear, so it didn't boost too high. And I must admit, the noises this car makes are great. It's running a dump valve as well, which I'll show you, or which you would have seen on the actual shot from the outside, and it sounds great. It honestly sounds great. You can hear it sucking in air, and I believe the induction kit on this is fitted. It's a long arm sort of kit, so it's fitted. You won't be able to see it from under the bonnet. It's fitted behind one of the wings. Yeah, with the dump valve as well, releasing the pressure at the end, it sounds very good. Very, very good. I believe it's running a Cobra turbo back exhaust system. So it sounds good. I must admit, it sounds very, very good. And as mentioned before, this is a 330S. So now as standard above a 330, above a Subaru Impreza STI hatch, this also has the touchscreen sat-nav, and they've got keyless entry, and they usually do have the Recaro bucket seats, which is one of the features of a 330. But obviously these have been replaced with these limited edition Merco fixed bucket seats. So what we'll do is we'll put into sports sharp mode, slow it down a little bit, and whoa. Honestly, awesome. This thing is fantastic. The whooshing and all the noises it's making is ticking all the right boxes, and it's got some power. I could just listen to that noise all day. Oh, what a machine. What an Impreza. Like I said, in standard form, they're a great car. And this thing is, and as I've mentioned in my other videos, I am a big Jap car fan. And this is great. This is very, very, very good. Oh, that noise is great. It makes such an awesome sort of roar. And the flutter back from the dump valve just sounds sweet. It's a very bright day today, so I apologize if it's a bit too bright, but here we go, just honest, I can't think of a better noise than on any other Scooby than this. It's great. I could go around just doing this to this car all day, and I'm not even taking it to its true potential. Quite literally, there's just no need for it. You know, you're revving it up to 5,500 RPM. Plenty enough power. It's great. This car, the grin factor that you get from this car is high. Normal Scoobies, like I mentioned before, are fantastic cars, but with all the add-ons that this car's had done to it, it's just such an impressive car. And if you drive it normal, like 6th gear, just cruising along, perfectly fine. There's no dodgy noise, no untoward noises. It's not loud. It's just, you just crack on with it, and it's just, it does its thing, and it's really quiet and refined. But the moment you start dropping gears on it, and oh, this is fantastic. This car is fantastic. I've mentioned this in all my videos, but somebody's done a great job of an already impressive car. And I hope you really enjoy the content that we've got going. These are the sort of cars that we've always been into. So, and I think they're fantastic cars. They're great cars, all-round cars. They're great. Drive them as dailies, they're perfect. Weekend toys, even better. So if you've never really had any experience with a Subaru Impreza STI in standard form, honestly, you don't know what you're missing out on. Absolutely great car. With it being a hatchback as well, this actual variant, they're a very practical car as well. And as previously mentioned, I know when the shape changed to a hatchback many years ago, a lot of people were a bit put off a Subaru Impreza STI, but it grew on people, and most of the people that actually did leave the fold did come back. And at the moment, these cars are very, very popular, and they've kind of like increased in price for decent, good examples. Not as much as the predecessors have, though. The wide track blobs and bug eyes, they've all gone straight through the roof. I mean, the classics, even 22B Imprezas at the moment, you'd be lucky to get a high mileage one for less than 100 grand. I mean, £100,000 for a 22, 23-year-old Japanese performance car is bonkers. Many people, including myself, never even thought that this day would come, but it has. And the 22B is such an iconic car. So if you know somebody who's got one sitting away, they don't know what it's worth, make them a cheeky offer, because they are worth a fortune. They're worth more than a lot of supercars, and I don't see that bubble bursting anytime soon, purely because of the pedigree and the legacy that they've left behind. And they're just an all-round amazing car. I've never had the experience to drive a 22B. I've owned P1s many years ago when they were worth peanuts, and classics. I've driven a Type R, never had the opportunity to drive a 22B. So if you've got a 22B and you would not mind helping out a fellow enthusiast, please do drop us an email. The email is in the description. I would love to have a 22B or any performance car for that matter on the channel. I'd absolutely love it. Absolutely love it, and I would appreciate it massively. So yeah, if you've got anything you want on the channel, please do drop us an email, pflifestyles@hotmail.com, I think it is. I'll put it in the description anyway, so please do check that, or I'll put it below here somewhere. I'll put the email below here somewhere, so please do drop us an email if you would like your car on the channel. And yeah, and it's just, these Scoobies are just fantastic cars. They've got a rivalry, or they had a rivalry many years ago with the Mitsubishi Evo. But no, I think I was a big Mitsubishi Evo fan. I never really used to be a big fan of Subaru Imprezas. And I think they're both fantastic cars in their own way. And they're very, very similar. The Evos are a bit harsher in standard form, but they're also, I know they've got a massive following and stuff, but I was more of an Evo guy than a Scooby guy. But after having driven a few Subaru Imprezas, I think they are an absolute fantastic car. Absolutely awesome car. So I hope you've enjoyed this actual video. It was just I had to get it, even though I've done a couple of hatchbacks. And like I said, the videos might be uploaded before this or after this. So do subscribe to the channel, click on the bell notification, and you'll know when they're on there. Or please do check out the videos that we've already got uploaded. So I thought, with this being a highly modified hatchback Impreza STI and running good power figures, it was always worth getting onto the channel. And thank you very much to the owner of the car. He's given me this opportunity to drive this car, review this car for you guys. Thank you very much. So like I said, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, help us grow. We are getting there. We're only a matter of a couple of months old at the moment, so still got a long way to go, and we've still got plenty of cars to come. So subscribe to the channel, share the video, like the video, get your mates to subscribe as well. Just give us, give us a hand with growing, and watch out for the next one. We'll upload videos at least once a week. We'll, sometimes maybe twice a week. So there's content to come, plenty of content to come, plenty of a few videos already uploaded. And thank you very much again for watching the video, and stay safe everybody, and we'll catch you on the next video.